Small group. Okay, well, we're at the point in time now. We're a couple days away from game time. Obviously, we're excited about the game. Fans are excited, it seems. Crowd should be fantastic. Students should be out in full force. All the students are back in school, which is awesome, timing-wise for this game. Players are at a good spot. We don't expect many surprises. Injury-wise, I think we are where we are at this point. We'll kind of wait and see until Friday afternoon before we make any final decisions. Other than that, now we're ready to get after it.
Jedd, you talked about just the students being back and everything else. Can you feel a different vibe now that the students are back? And how does that adjust your schedule, too, with the academics and everything else you have to do?
Oh, yeah. It's a college campus again. You know, you have kids around, students around. Our kids are back in school, back in classes. They started back yesterday, or Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday. And was their first day of classes. So we had to not really adjust our schedule because we've kind of always gone the afternoon blocks. So our classes have been always taken care of in the morning. But the kids had to adjust because now they have that third part of it, right? They have their first part of always, being a student, taking care of their bodies and practicing. So they've only had to take care of their bodies and practice. So now that third part is real. And they're certainly up for the task. We've had fantastic quarters in a row here at GPA-wise, record-setting, 3.27 GPA last quarter, 3.26 the quarter before. So our guys know how to manage it and balance it.
Ohio State likes to use Arvell Reese kind of as a quarterback spy in the middle of the defense. I'm wondering what kind of goes through your mind preparing for that with respect to DeMond's running game.
Yeah, we would expect them to have some spy variation, whether they use Caleb Downs, whether they use Reese, whether they mix and match different guys to keep an eye on DeMond, and that's fine. They got to keep an eye on DeMond, and then Jonah, and then Adam or Denzel and other players as well. So we understand that challenge of what they're going to do to try to take away the quarterback run game, and we'll have to adjust.
You guys have talked a lot about Jonah and his growth academically. I think he's nominated as a semifinalist for the Campbell Award. What does it mean to kind of see him get that extra validation for his?
Yeah, I think that would be. I think Jonah should win the Campbell Award. When you look at student athlete, he epitomizes it. 3.91 GPA, Dean's List, going to graduate in 4 years with two. And that's after transferring and losing some credits, still making sure that he graduates even before he has to prepare for the NFL draft. Leads the Big Ten in touchdowns. Is going to have, he's not from an area where there's a lot of college degrees in his family. And he's going to be the first one. And he's going to be getting that degree from one of the most prestigious universities in the world. So for Jonah, I don't know what else the Campbell Award would be looking for. He epitomizes the award, the trophy, the people, and we're so proud of him. We're so proud of the way he presents himself. He's a captain of our team. He's been a captain. He's a leader, and he's a fantastic football player. He'll have a long NFL career. He'll be drafted early, and on top of that, he's made academics a priority.
How important will field position and special teams be on Saturday?
Well, everything's going to be important on Saturday. We can't put ourselves in the hole by giving the ball away. We can't be on a short field for them and be a long field for us. We need to find a way, to make sure that special teams are neutralized. They have really good returners. I think we have good returners, so we're going to have to make sure that both sides take care of business in that regard. Field position's a big part of the game. We've had really good field positions, enabled us to score. So we want to try to have good field position again. We know that they have a really good kicker. Traditionally, most of his kicks have been touchbacks. So we'll see what that looks like. And, we have to punt well if we punt. We have to kick off well when we kick off. And we have to really make sure that Grady's on target as well. Grady's kicked a beautiful 51-yarder the other day, which gave us a lot of confidence in our kicking game.
What do you hope to see out of your offensive line this week? Ohio State does a good job kind of getting some one-on-one up front against the zone run. Curious what you want to see out of them.
I mean, we have to see how we match up one for one, mano for mano, mano a mano against Ohio State's, one of the premier defensive lines in the country year in and year out. We know that it's going to be a challenge. Our guys, I feel like, go against a really good defensive line in practice, but this defensive line is pretty special, and each one of our players are going to have a challenge in and of itself, whether they're lined up against their DNs or whether they're lined up interior. They run a lot of 5 down front, so when they have 5 down front, they try to isolate and make everybody have one-on-one blocks. So when that's the case, we have to win those one-on-one blocks.
I know it's early, but similarly to the Campbell Trophy, what would be your pitch to Doak Walker voters about whether Jonah should be in consideration for that award?
Yeah, I mean, I think that all those other awards will come as we go here. I think that there's no question that we have to do more than just play 3 games, right? The Campbell Award I feel a little bit differently on because of the fact that it's tied in to academic success along with football success. I think we know that Jonah's a really good football player. I don't know how much of the world knows what a great student he is. And I think that's why it's so special, and that's why I saw that we released that video on him the other day. The world really needs to understand like the type of person he is, as well as the commitment he's made to academics, coming from where he came from in Stockton, and to really I watched him grow from a freshman where academics was a nuisance to now as a senior. Couldn't be more dialed in terms of getting A's in his classes, proud of himself that he's on the dean's list, proud of his ability to stand up and speak in front of the public, and his leadership skills. So I think that's really where our mind is on that Campbell Trophy.
Jedd, with the expectation of the crowd noise, and obviously everything they're going to try to do to settle Ohio State's offense, the defensive communication piece is going to be huge. And not having Buddha in there, I'm curious, who did you lean on during spring and fall to kind of wear the green dot? And is that something where, does it have to be someone in the middle of the defense, or are there certain traits that you're looking for that will take over that particular role?
Well, we've rotated with Devin Bryant having the green dot. We've rotated with safety having green dot. I think last year there was times that Cam Fab had the green dot. There was times that Cam Broussard had it. There was different times that Zoe had it, then Bruner had it. So a year ago, we've rotated it around a little bit. We're very comfortable doing that again. We have certainly enough linebackers in the middle of the defense is usually where you'd want the green dot to sit. But we also are prepared to use hand signals. We're very much prepared for an extremely loud environment when our defense is up there. And our hope is that it's so loud that communication to the green dot is really challenging, and therefore we'll signal. And if we signal, we're ready and prepared for that. And then we will let the crowd just take over from there.
In games like this where you guys are the underdog, I think the focus is on raising the variance a lot. Obviously defensively that comes with forcing turnovers. How do you kind of accomplish that as an offense though?
We've talked to our team, and we're taking on the approach that we are going to do everything we can to play our game. And our game consists of trying to create takeaways. We've created 5 thus far this season. We've talked the first 2 weeks that it wasn't enough. Last week we created 3. We've scored on special teams and we've scored on defense in the first 3 weeks. We feel that that's an important variable in a game like this. We've protected the football exceptionally well. We've had 1 turnover based upon a snap in the 3 games. So we have to do all of those things in a game like this. You have to protect the ball. You have to take the ball. You have to be able to score touchdowns in the red zone, not field goals. You have to hold them to field goals, not touchdowns. And then you have to win on special teams.
How important of a recruiting weekend is this for you guys and everything you want to do in the classes going forward?
Now, it sounds like we have a ton of players coming in for this one. An exorbitant amount of players are coming into town, whether it be our commits. We have over 50% of our commits coming in, whether it be our 2027 targets. We have a ton of those guys coming in, and a few 2028s that will be here too, the top players in the state. So we are excited about those guys to experience the atmosphere. I think what's important about recruiting is you're coming to the University of Washington. You're not coming to play in one game. You're not coming for the result of one game. You're coming to experience what is it like to play football at Washington. And that is why it's such a great opportunity for them to come to the Big Ten opener. It's more fun to have recruits here when the students are here. You know, early on in the season when there aren't students, you don't really get that same vibe of a student section. And we want our players that are committed here or want to commit here or planning to consider committing here to feel what it's like when these games are real important, whether that be in September, October, or November.
Jedd, we're also coming into the time now where you're getting closer to that mid-year signing day. You've got guys that are potentially looking to maybe flip a commitment or look around some more. How do you balance all of that when you've got these types of games that are really your priority?
Yeah, and I've kind of done that. I've apologized ahead of time to all of our 26 recruits. I said, you know, not many head coaches also call the game. And the ones that aren't calling the game might have more time to call you. And the ones that aren't calling the game might have more opportunity to communicate with you via FaceTime or be a little more available. And that has nothing to do with my interest in you. That just has to be in my commitment to our current team. And for us to have the best chance to be who we are, I have to be on my A game with our offensive staff. And therefore, you might hear from some head coaches more, but that doesn't mean they love you anymore. Once you get here, and we're going to continue to stay on top of that. Our assistant coaches do a tremendous job of maintaining contact. We have a great recruiting department who maintain contact. And then we do the best we possibly can to keep them understanding the situation because we hope that they'll all sign with us in December.
Also saying real quick, there's a kind of, it seems like at least on social network, there's a lot of rapport between Washington and the various Seattle sports, whether it's Mariners, Seahawks, what have you. I'm just curious with what's going on with those other sports right now and the kind of the energy and excitement that they're creating. Is there kind of an osmosis thing where you can kind of feed off of that? And is there a pride thing where you guys can be the next team that shocks the world or can upset a team or do things like that?
Well, I've always said winning is contagious. And I think it's contagious within your athletic department. You know, more teams that win in your athletic department, more teams win in your athletic department. Hopefully that's the same thing in Seattle. I'm looking forward to watching the Seahawks this evening. You know, they're playing at a very high level right now. They've kind of dominated the last couple of opponents that they've played, both on the road and at home. Now they're back on the road. Obviously, congratulations to the Mariners. To be division champions is awesome. So cool, so awesome to be a part of that in this community. Looking forward to seeing the Kraken continue to be elite as well. And I just think that it is something about the community. And when you start winning around you, it'd be fun to be in the party also. Okay, thank you.